ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सच्चिदानंद रूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदांत वेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। जन्माद्यस्य तोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्तेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। श्रीगणेश शारदा गुरुभ्यो नमः। शिवाय गुरवे नमः. So in the last session we talked about Atma Prasada and how Bhagavata is Sarva Shastra Sara and its cause of Ekanta Sreyaha in the ninth verse. In the ninth verse, we Pumsam Ekantata Sreyaha Katham. How can a person get Ekantataha Sreyaha? This Sreyaha is the Prayojanam for this Bhagavatam Shastram. Asya Shastrasya Sankshepataha Prayojanam Param Nisreyasam Nama. And what is this Sreyas? Sreyas, I explained that it is apart from being Prayaha or good, that which is ideal, that is what Sreyaha means. And Sreyas is Sahetukasya Samsarasya Uparama Lakshanam. The Uparama or the disappearance of all the samsara. And what is samsara? Samsaram is bhayam. Shoga moha bhayam. Edatradayam samsara bijam. That is what they say. So bhayam or fear is what we call as samsaram. Why do we have fear? Dvayad vai bhayam bhavati. Fear is always from another object. When there is this subject-object division, then there is fear. So you cannot eliminate the second object. You only can stay in yourself. This is called Atmanishtha. So tacha Atmanishtha rupa dharmad bhavati. That is what the dharma is. Either you can be with the world, which is called pravritti dharma, or you can be with yourself. This is called as nivritti dharma or Atmanishtha. This is what Krishna says in Anugita. Anugita is a small addendum for the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita happens to be in the 5th book, and Anugita happens much later, after the war. So it is a conversation between Arjuna and Sri Krishna. There he says this: Sahi dharma suparyaptaha brahmana padavedane. To understand Brahman, meaning to understand Sri Krishna, this dharma, jnana-nishtha rupaha, nivritti dharmaha, saha suparyaptaha, meaning you don't require any other dharma other than this Atmanishtha to attain Brahman. So how do you become Atmanishtha? That again he explains in the Anugita itself. Yasyad ekasane linaha tushtim kinchit achintayan. So anything which has to create shokam, moham or bhayam in you, the first prerequisite is that you have to do chintanam. Without chinta, you are not going to be scared or be afraid or be deluded or be depressed. So first you have to have that thought pattern which is going to create fear or such samsara hetu thoughts in you. So the opposite of that would be jnana-nishtha, which is ekasane linaha tushnim kinchit achintayan. So sit in one place without thinking of anything. Here also in the Gita, here means there, with the Bhagavad Gita, he says, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vrja. If you give up all other dharmas and just abide in me, in Atma, Krishna, who is Atma Swarupa, then ma shuchaha, you don't have to worry. He says that. So this Ekanta Shreyaha. That is what we were talking about in the 9th verse in the previous session. After that, he talked about how there is no time because people are in Kali Yuga, and he wanted him to say the Saram. Saram Udritya Tadvada. And what is Saram? Saram means, if you flip Saram, you will get what is Saram. Sa, Ra, Ra, Sa. That is what Saram is. This is said by Sureshwaracharya in Taittiriya Upanishad Bhashya Vartika, where there is a mantra called Raso Vaisaha Rasagyhyevayam Labdva Nandi Bhavati. Meaning, by getting that rasam, Eka rasam, you will become Anandi. If you don't get rasam, what will you become? You will be a Nandi. You will be a buffalo. So this rasa is Sara. This is what he says in the Vartika. Rasasaro Amrutam Brahma Anando Hlada Uchyate. This rasam is Saram, it is Amrutam, it is Brahman, it is Ananda, it is Ahlada. So what if you don't get this rasam? That he says in the second verse. Nissaram tena sarena saraval lakshate jagat. Tena vina idam jagat nissaram. There won't be any enjoyment in this world. So the entire universe is Saravat, is getting its ahladam or enjoyment because it has got this rasam. This Saram Udritya Tadvada, that is what he asked. After that, finally, the third verse of that same 10th verse, he said, Pumsam ekantata shreyaha enatma samprasidati, by which Atma will become prasanna. There again he said that the reason why one is not able to get Atma Prasada is because one is not Atma Vasha. Atma Vasha means Vashehi Esya Indriyani. Under whose spell all the Indriyas are, such a person is called as Atma Vasha. And when a person becomes, the Indriyas becomes Atma Vasha, he becomes Prasanna. So what is it that stops one from being prasanna or pleased with oneself? Why is it that one is not pleased with oneself? Because he has got these impediments. As though there are two robbers, two thieves who are coming from outside and taking away your pleased self. Who are they? Taskara viva. That's what Shankara says. Taskaraha means a thief. So when the Indriyas becomes one's own Vasha, they are called as Atma Vashya. And when they are not your Vasha, then naturally you have to become on the Vasha of Indriya. You don't have any other option. Either Indriyas can be on your Vasha or you have to be in their Vasha. And that is the natural course of the mind. Mind generally has this pravritti of seeking whatever it needs to seek out. And this is called Swabhaviki Pravrittihi. But when a person is Atmavasha, he removes these Vishayas from the path of Indriyas and he keeps his mind turned towards himself. This state is called as Vashibhutam, Atma Vashibhutam Indriyam. And such a person is called as a Vidheyatma. And when a person becomes Vidheyatma, that is when he becomes Prasanna. So that also he had asked in the 10th verse. So he asked about Ekantataha Shreyaha, Sarva Shastra Saram, and Atma Prasada Hetutvam. All these three is possible if you do Sri Krishna's Leela Varnanam. With that abhipraya in the mind, So by doing Sri Krishna Vilila Varnanam, you get Atma Prasada, Ekanta Sreyaha, and Shastra Saram. With that in mind, now Suta is going to request, Shaunaka is going to request Suta, please tell us the Avatara Katha, or the Avatara of Krishna. That is the meaning of, that is the Pitika, or the preface for this verse. And what is the verse itself? Suta janasi bhadram te Bhagavan Satvatam Patihi Devakyam Vasudevasya Jato Yasya Chikirshaya. Suta janasi bhadram te Bhagavan Satvatam Patihi Devakyam Vasudevasya Jataha Yasya Chikirshaya. There is a padachedam. The meaning is, Suta, O Suta Maharshi, janasi. Janasi means tom janasi, you know. Bhadram, hence my blessings to you. Bhadram means, it actually is a mantra. Bhadram karne vishrunuyama. He doesn't want to say the entire mantra, he just want to sankshepataha say one word. Why so? That Sridhara Swami will explain when he does the tika. So Bhadram te Bhagavan. Bhagavan means Krishna. And who is this Krishna? Satvatam Patihi. Patihi is protector, one who has lordship. Of who? Of Satvatam. Of people who have got the Sattva Guna. Saha Devakyam, in the womb of Devaki, Vasudevasya, for Vasudeva, Jataha, he was born. Yasya Chikirshaya, by desiring which. So with a certain sankalpa, with a certain desire, Krishna was born to Devaki and Vasudeva, and hey Suta, you really know the Avatara Rahasyam. You really know the reason for Krishna being born to Devaki. So in the beginning he opens this sloka with saying Bhadram. Sridhara writes, Bhadramiti Autsukyena Ashirvadaha. He is so excited to see this Suta, this Shaunaka Maharshi, so that is why he is blessing him. Why does he not say the entire mantra? Bhadram karne vishrunuyama devaha Bhadram pashyema kshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai istushtvagam sustanubihi Vishema devahidam yadayuhu. This entire mantra he doesn't say because Sridhara says Vistarena Ashirvachanena Vishnu Kata Vighato Bhavati. It is Sangrahena Uktam. So Shaunaka does not want to take the entire session because he is so excited to know more about Krishna. He is actually saying this blessing in a very short manner. That's what Sridhara says. Why so? Because when you are engaged in Vishnu Katha, you should not do any other activity. So simply by saying Bhadram, he wants to do the Ashirvada to Suta because he is much younger to this Shaunaka Maharshi. What does this Bhadram means? It comes from a root Bhadi Kalyane. Kalyanam means that which is Shubham or Mangalam. Again the word Kalyanam is Navamsakalingam. Kalyanam, Kalyane, Kalyanani. It comes from the word Kalyate, Kalye, Anyate, iti Kalyanam. Kalyam means Prabhadam. Kalyam means morning time. Whatever is remembered in the morning time, that's called Kalyanam. So whatever is your priority. So if you have invested in stock market, you will be interested in reading the Washington Journal. If you are a Bhagavata, you will be doing the Parayanam of Srimad Bhagavatam. So depending upon your priority, you will be choosing, the first thought will occur in your mind. So generally Kalyana means that which occurs, that which is Pratasmaraniyam. That is the meaning of Kalyanam. And Bhadram, the word Bhadram itself means that which is Prathamasmaraniyam, that which is to be accepted as the first thing. So all those things which are thought about with lot of priority by the Maharshis, may that occur unto you. That's the meaning of Bhadram. And with that he finishes this Ashirvadam and goes to the next part of the verse. And the reason for that, if you do Vistarena Ashirvachanam, then Vishnu Katha Vighataha. Vishnu Katha must stop because he is doing this other business of doing Ashirvadam. So why is that Vishnu Smaranam so important? That Sridhara quotes there itself a Vishnu Purana verse. This is the verse. Sahanihi tan mahachidram samohaha sacha vibramaha yen muhurtam kshanam vapi vasudevam nachindayet. Even if you spend a moment, kshanam, or a muhurtam, an hour, yatra vasudevaha nachindayet, in which you are not able to think about Sri Krishna, sahanihi, that's a great loss for humanity. Tatu mahachidram, it can create a lot of untowardly unpleasant situations for you. So if you spend 1 hour thinking of Vishnu, there is no way you can get into trouble. That's what he's saying. So Suda does not want to miss this. Shaunaka does not want to miss this opportunity of getting Vishnu Katha from Suda. So he is moving on to ask more about Bhagavan. Again, Prahlada also says that in the Vishnu Purana. Why it is so important to remember Vishnu all the time. This is what he says. Harir harati papani dushtachittairapi sprataha anichan api samsprishtaha dahatyeva hi pavakaha. So this actually is part of Prahlada Kritam Haristutihi, and this is extensively quoted by Shankara in his Vishnu Sahasranama Bhashya as well. So what he says is Dushtachittaihi. Dushtaha means a person who has all undesirable quality. It's not a very, you don't have to go to a zoo to watch dushtas. They are very easily available aplenty. Anybody who is not engaged in the service of Vishnu is a dushta or a Vaishnava. So even such a dushta, so that is a dushta, a person who is engaged in ashishta activities. Dushta chitta is a person whose mind is eclipsed with bad thoughts. Such a mind is called as dushta chitta. A person who is possessed with impure mind. Dushta chitterapi, even such a person, yada smritaha, when he is remembered. How you remember Hari? By saying Haraye Namaha. When you say Hari, the moment Papani Harihi Dahati, that is the opening statement of Prahlada. So the moment you say Hari, Rama, Krishna, immediately the papam is gone. At least for the moment you are not thinking about papam. For that moment your mind is filled with Hari. How is this possible? For that Prahlada gives an example. Anichyapi samsprishtaha dahatyevahi pavakaha. Ichha means desire. Sometimes you have a desire to take Harinama, but sometimes your mother is telling you, hey Keshava, go and chant Harinama. So because they have prodded you, because your wife says or husband says or father says, you go and sit and chant this Sahasranama. You take Harinama. You don't have Ichha. You don't have a desire to do that. Still, Hari will take care of your papam. How? Anichan sprishtaha pavakaha. Just like even without desire, if you go and touch fire, the fire will not ask your permission to burn you. Immediately, exactly the moment you touch the fire, it is going to burn. Similarly, Hari, when you say, the moment you say Rama Krishna Hari, even if you don't desire, the papams are going to be burned. That is why again Prahlada says, Sa Ganga, Sa Gaya, Setuhu, Sa Kashi, Sacha Pushkaram, Jihvagre Yasya Varteta, Harirityaksharadvayam, in whose Jihvagram, in whose tip of the tongue. That means you don't have to mean it, you don't have to be very sincere. If you just say Hari, even with your tongue, without even meaning it, Tasya Jihvagre Ganga Vartate. So you don't have to really go to Manasa Sarovar. You just have to meet a person who says Hari. Because in his Jihvagra, that Ganga is there. You don't have to go to Gaya to propitiate your forefathers. सा गयापि जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते. Sa Kashi. Kashi means Vishwanatha's dwelling place. And Setuhu is the Rama Setuhu, Rameshwaram. All these great Punyakshetras manifest in you the moment your jihva, your tongue takes the name of Hari. Varanasyam Kurukshetre Naimisharanya Evacha Yatkritam Tena Enoktam Harirityaksharadvayam. The moment you say Hari, all the punyas you are going to achieve by doing great actions in such places as Varanasi, Kurukshetra or Naimisharanya, all that results you can attain by saying this Hari. Iti Aksharadvayam. Hari. Prithvivyam yan tirthani punyani ayatanani cha tani sarvan nisheshani harirityaksharadvayam. So in the Prithvi, there are several tirtha. Tirtha means punyakshetram, where your dharma increases. That is why it is called as punya ayatanam. Ayatana means resting place. The resting place of punya or dharma. That is, merely by visiting that place, immediately you get an unknown goodness, which is called as punyam or dharma. All that places you don't have to visit if you are able to say Hari. Gavam koti sahasrani hemakanya sahasrakam dattam syattena yenoktam harirityaksharadvayam. By saying Hari, you get the punyam of giving away millions of cows. Rigvedotha yajurveda samavedopyatharvanaha adhitastena yenoktam harirityaksharadvayam. So you don't have to study Rigveda, you don't have to study Yajurveda, you don't have to study Samaveda or Atharvana. Merely by saying the word Hari, you get the punyam of chanting all these 4 Vedas. Pranaprayana patheyam samsara vyadhi nasanam dukkathyanda paritranam harirityaksharadvayam. This Hari is pranaprayana patheyam. Patheyam means the food you pack when you go for a long travel. That's called as patheyam. So even if you don't have anything to pack, if you just pack the word Hari in your heart, somehow you will get that patheyam. In samsara vyadhinasanam, suddenly you got a migraine. Out of the blue you get a headache and you don't have any medicine. Then what do? You repeat the word Hari in your mind. Keep saying Hari. Then the vyadhi should go away. That is why it is called as samsara vyadhi nasanam. If it can take care of the samsara vyadhi, which is bhayam, which is moham, what to talk about the small headaches. Dukkhatyanda paritranam harirityaksharadvayam. Atyandam dukkham, even the greatest of dukkham, is removed by this Hari. Buddha parigarastena mokshaya gamanam prati sagrit uchchiritam yena harirityaksharadvayam. If you think that freedom is your goal, you want to be free of all problems, then you need to have an instrument, a tool, which will help you gain that freedom or moksham. And what is that? Parikaraha. What is that tool? Harirityaksharadvayam. The word Hari is your tool to gain moksha. Hariyashtakam idam punyam pradaruttaya yah pathet ayushyam balam arogyam yasho vriddhi sriyavaham. So one who reads this early in the morning, pradaruttaya, he gets ayushyam, long lifespan, balam, health, arogyam, strength, yashaha, fame, vriddhihi, and all sorts of prosperity. So this is really kalyanam. This is really bhadram. That is why Suta, he offers this blessing to Shaunaka offers this blessing to Suta. So we finished that part of the verse, which is Suta janasi bhadram te. Hey Suta, bhadram te, I bless you. Very sweetly and shortly. Why? Tum janasi. Because you know the secret. A secret of what? Bhagavan, Sattvatam Patihi. Those are the next 2 words. What is the meaning of Bhagavan? Sridhara writes, Niratishaya Aishwarya Adi Gunavan. That is the meaning of Bhagavan. One whose quality is Niratishayam Aishwaryam. In the world, you'll see Ishwaras. A lot of people you see. So Ishvara means a person who has got lordship. That is the meaning of Ishvara. But Bhagavan's Ishwaratvam, Aishwaryam, is Niratishayam. It doesn't have a limit. The word Ishvara comes from the root Isha Palane. And Vara is Varach Pratyaya. It's a substitute. So when you combine this stem Isha and add Varach, the suffix Varach to it, you get the word Ishvara. Isha means Palane or overlordship, and Varach means whose nature is or whose skill is overlordship. So Ishvara is a person who has got unlimited overlordship. That is the meaning of Bhagavan. That is the reason why he is Sattvatam Patihi. Because normally, who is your Pati? Who is your Lord? Who is your Master? Whoever can supply your desires. So every boss is a boss because he is able to supply what the subordinate guy wants to get from him. That's why you call a person boss. He is also Ishvara, that is fine. But he does not have Niratishaya Aishwaryam. There are two kinds of Aishwaryam. Aishwaryam means opulence, lordship. The capacity to be somebody's boss is called as Aishwaryam. You can also be a boss of an ant even, unless it gets into a ear. After that, that ant will become your boss. That is why your Aishwaryam or your lordship is Sadhishayam. It has got a limitation. But whereas Bhagavan's Aishwaryam has got is Niratishayam. You cannot put a limitation to that lordship. So Patihi means a person who is Lord. And for people who are Sattvatam, who has already acquired Sattva Gunam, such people, they will never go after an ordinary boss. They will not accept anyone except Bhagavan as boss. Why? Because they know that only Bhagavan's Aishwaryam is Niratishayam. There is no avadhi, there is no limit, there is no inhibiting factor for the Aishwaryam of Bhagavan. Whereas all the worldly bosses, they have got this some inhibiting factor. He is a boss only to a certain extent. After that, somebody will be sitting on top of him. So Sattva Shabdena Sattvamurtihi Bhagavan Upasyataya Vidyate. That is the meaning of Sattvatam Patihi. So they don't do upasana, they don't worship, they don't take overlordship or impose overlordship on anyone other than Bhagavan. Such people are called as Sattvatas. So Sridhara writes, Sattvavantaha Bhaktaha Tesham Bhaktanam Patihi Sattvatam Patihi. So that is the first line of the verse. Suta Janasi Bhadrante Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi. So we covered that first verse. The next verse is Devakyam Vasudevasya Jato Yasya Chikirshaya. Chikirsha. Chikirsha means it is called Sannanta, like Jijnasa, Jnatumicha, Pipatisha, Patitumicha. Chikirsha is a desiderative or a word where you express your desire. So what was the desire of Bhagavan? Bhagavan always has a desire when he does an avatara. In other words, each avatara has got a purpose. That purpose is what is called as Chikirsha or Kartumicha, the desire for doing something of Bhagavan. So Bhagavan's avatara, the purpose of Bhagavan's avatara is said in Vishnu Purana, which is Yam Devam Devaki Devi Vasudevad Aji Janat. Devaki and Vasudeva, as Vasus in their previous birth, they wanted Vishnu to be born to them. So Devaki Aji Janat. It was Devaki who gave birth to Krishna. So that part he lives to Devaki. He blesses Devaki by becoming the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. But what was the real purpose? Bhaumasya Brahmano Gupte. He came to protect Brahman. What is Brahman? Brahman is Veda. The knowledge of the Veda is Brahman. And when it manifests outside, when you have acquired that knowledge of Brahman or Veda, Vaidikam Jnanam, when it plays out, it becomes Dharma. So basically, Bhagavan Krishna came to protect Brahman or Veda, and Dharmam, which is the manifestation of Vedic knowledge, and Go and Brahmana, the thing which facilitates. Without Go Puja, there cannot be any yajnas. Hence, Go is very important for Sri Krishna. And Brahmanas or people who are practicing Vedic wisdom, they are called as Brahmanas. That is why Vishwamitra wanted to become a Brahmarshi. He was born a Kshatriya, but why is that he wants to become a Brahmarshi? Because that is the ideal. Everyone wants to have Brahman. Everyone wants to be a Brahmarshi. And in order to protect that Brahman or Dharmam or Brahmana or Gauhu or Vedas, Devakyam Vasudevasya Jataha. He was born as Devaki's and Vasudeva's son Sri Krishna. And hey Suta, you know all this. Vasudevasya Chikirsha. You really know the reason why Krishna is born. Hence, Bhadram Te, you are very blessed. That is the meaning of this verse. So, Suta Janasi Bhadram Te, Bhagavan Satvatam Patihi, Devakyam Vasudevasya, Jato Yasya Chikirshaya. That is the 12th verse. Now the 13th verse is Tannassusrushamananam arhasyanganu varnitum yasyavataro bhutanam kshemaya cha bhavaya cha. The Padacheda is Tat Naha Susrushamananam Arhasi Anga Anuvarnitum Yasya Avataraha Bhutanam Kshemaya cha Bhavaya cha. So that is the verse, 13th verse. Tat means those. Those means what? The avatars. So now narrate this avatars to us. What is avatara? Vishnoho Murtyantarena Purna Amsha Avesha Rupena Prithivyam Avataranam. That is the meaning of avataram. Avatara means Vishnu coming into this world. Murtyantarena, not in his original form. In his original form, what is his original form? Always he is getting a massage from Mahalakshmi, sleeping with 4 hands, with Shankachakra Gadapani. It is not necessary that he will come exactly at that Vishnumurti, Murtyantarena. He will take a different form of a small boy, as Vamana or Matsya, Kurma, depending upon the need of time. And also, depending upon the need of Desha and Kala, that can be Purnam, that can be Amsham, or that can be Avesham. So, as Krishna, he is a Purnavatara. As Rama, he is an Amshavatara. And as Nrsimha, he is a Aveshavatara. Different kinds of avatarams he can take. That is the meaning of Tatu. So, Tatu means those avataras. Naha. Naha means for us. Asmakam Naha. If you know Asmat Shabda, Aham Avam Vayam, there you will get the word Naha after Asmakam. You will get it actually in 3 places. So Naha here means us. To us, those avataras. What do you have to do? That is in the Kriya Pada. What is the Kriya Pada here? Anuvarnitam. You please narrate to us. So, please explain the avatara of Sri Krishna. Why? Because Susrushamanaha. We are very much interested in listening. What is Susrusha? Susrusha means Srotumicha, the intent to listen. It can also mean menial service, because menial service is also a part of the ancient Gurukula tradition. They not only do menial service, they also show their intent to learn what is being unveiled by the Shastra. Rest of the verse we will see in the next. Swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषा गो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ओम शांति शांति शांति।